Yes. What's up? It's short time already. It's that time every Saturday that we go live, guys. So welcome to today's live stream. Wherever you're watching us from, wherever you're streaming us from, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're streaming us from the entire world. Welcome to today's LS, and as you can see from the title, we're talking weight loss. I'm hosting for you guys one of the fitness gurus in this industry, straight out of Kenya 254. So please just sit down, ask your questions, and you get the answers straight to the living room. So guys, welcome to today's live stream, and I'm just happy that I can see you here, guys. Welcome you guys. Thanks for coming through. I appreciate you beyond measure. So what's up? What's up? Hope everything is okay. Right here in Uganda, just a good afternoon. Just 4 p.m., few minutes past 4 p.m. And that's when we tend to go live. So wherever you're streaming us from, please feel free to ask your question. Mwana Weyingo production, what's up? How you doing? Everything is okay. Good afternoon, good evening. Hope you're having a good time. So I'm just waiting for my guests to join in, guys, so that we can have a good time together. Get your questions ready. You'll get answers. They'll find just in your living room. You get what I'm saying? So if you're in a position to share us out, share this stream with your friends, share it on your social medias, and you know what? We're good to go. It's 4 p.m. and you know how we do it. You know how we do it. So Mwana Weyingo production, you're just an early bird. What's up? How you doing? How is everything? I'm fantastic. I'm just doing great. Just doing great. I'm having a nice Saturday, a fabulous, marvelous weather outside. Everything is just going on well. So feel free to call your friends, let them come around, and let's have some good time. So guys, let me first try to share myself out to my socials so that people can come in and join us so that we can get started. As you can see from the title, get your questions ready. When my guest comes in, he will straight away start answering the questions. Okay, it's fine. I'll be waiting. It's fine, I'll be waiting. So guys, I see you, keep coming, and let's have a good time. Let's have a good time, guys. Let's have a good time. So just waiting for my guest to join, waiting for my guest to join. Feel free to share me out your socials. My guest is joining anytime from now. He's joining, just getting ready. Feel free to share me on your socials. Feel free to share this stream to everyone whom you think it can be beneficial to them. Yes, yes, what's up, what's up, what's up? How you doing? How you doing? Hope my guest just joining in. It's just a little bit of technical issue, but he's joining us anytime. But if you just joined us, please let me know down in the chat so that I can know that you're here, so that I can give you a shout out. And let's begin. Let's begin. We are ready. We are ready to get started. So my guests have just dropped for you the link right there in the live chat so that you can join in. Hope you've seen it. Hope you're able to see that link. When you're ready, join in. Hey, Okay. Hey, Neymar, how are you? Yes. Finally, our guest is here. How are you doing, bro? How's everything?
I- I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing great. How is 254 Kenya?
254 Kenya is very fine.
Oh, that's good.
Eh?
That's good here. Kampala 256. We're good. We're great. We are doing well.
Uh-huh.
Hi, I'm happy to have you. First of all, I'm super excited to have you. So, guys who don't know you, I mean, um, they have to know you from here, but I'm super excited to have you this great afternoon.
Me too. It's a big honor to be, in your live stream. I'm excited.
Before you introduce yourself to the viewers who are streaming us wherever they are, um, how is fitness in Kenya generally?
Fitness in Kenya.
Yes.
Actually, I think Kenyans have now embraced fitness more than ever
Okay.
because in every less than 2 kilometer or a kilometer, there's a gym around.
Okay.
Yeah, those are the statistics. In every around and a kilometer and a half, there's always a gym around. So people have really embraced fitness, and yeah, we are happy at least. We are getting a healthy nation.
So are you talking on about Nairobi or all other municipalities in Kenya like Kisumu, Naivasha, Mombasa?
I'm talking about all the CBDs around, all the CBDs around Kenya. If you go to Mombasa, there are so many gyms, so many.
Okay.
I've been there myself. That's also
Okay.
my part of where I come from. So there are so many
Okay.
gyms over there. If you go to Nakuru, there
Okay.
are so many gyms. If you go to Eldoret, there are so many gyms. So I think countrywide, unless now you're talking about, those small cities.
I think Kenya, you are far away from ahead of us because for us when you come back in Uganda, you find most of the good gyms. They are found in big hotels. They are found in Kampala. I mean the capital city. But if you travel
Mhm.
up to other districts, Western region, Northern region, Eastern region, you'd find a commercial gym apart from hotel gym. So I think here, in one way or the other, we're still struggling. People have not appreciated fitness as of late, but that's why we are here. We basically here to inspire and change the mindset and all that.
I think it all starts with one person. It starts with you. It starts with
Okay.
another person who is into fitness within, your country. It starts with you to sensitize the generation about fitness and being healthy. Apart from being wealthy, we also fancy being healthy. So I think it starts with.
Oh, that's great. That's great because here even the few gyms which are here, the hotel gyms are expensive. So the young boys who haven't started earning like some good amount of money, they can't even
Mhm.
afford such of gyms because the hotel gyms, you find a gym is 20,000 Ghanaian shillings, and some people they cannot afford that. That's like their weekly meal. So you can't tell them to spend 20,000 per day to go and work out in the gym. So it's really a little bit tricky when it comes to equipment here in Uganda, and that's why I think most people are not so much into fitness because they feel fitness equipment is expensive because they tell you a pair of 10 kilogram dumbbells is 200,000 Ugandan shillings, and someone will look at that money and they'll be like, that's a lot of money which they cannot spend on. But I think the more we preach the gossip, the more people will be willing to change and maybe listen.
Very true, very true. And that, like I said, it starts with you getting to sensitize the nation. I know about Uganda because I used to have a client who was traveling to Uganda, then to Rwanda. Unfortunately, there was no gym that actually I could recommend my
Okay.
client to, apart from, is it Hilton? There's a Hilton hotel.
Okay.
So Hilton is the only place I found.
Yeah.
And actually, the person who was working there was a Kenyan. So it was easy for me to,
Okay.
to send the training program. to the trainer so that at least there's continuity. Because I would want one day when my clients travel to Uganda, I'm able to send you the program and you continue from there. My client will pay you for the sessions you've done.
Yeah, because now even when you look at the hotel gyms that we have in Uganda, they don't have qualified fitness trainers. You're going to find that people are working in these gyms. Basically, what they have done, they have given them the job is simply because they've been training there maybe for some time. They have been in fitness for some time, but they don't have even papers to show that they are qualified fitness trainers. They're not certified. That's why maybe if you look at the Stena Hotel, they're one of the biggest hotels in Uganda. Their fitness trainers are actually from Kenya. I mean, because they as if Kenyans, you take an extra step to train people when it comes to fitness, which actually hasn't started in Uganda.
Kenyans have gone through a lot of stress and a lot of, joblessness. So people have really embraced, every kind of job they can do. And fortunately, we have a lot of certification institutions around here. We have so
Okay.
many, like even the ACE. I'm certified from ACE. ACE
Okay.
is the American Council on Exercise. So
Okay.
they have a center here. So we have people who in East and Central Africa who want to get certified by ACE. They actually come from there for their exams here in Kenya. During my time when I was doing the exam, that was in
Oh,
2004, we had two
okay.
people from Uganda, we had three people from Tanzania, no one from Rwanda, no
Okay.
one from Ethiopia and Sudan. So, but Kenyans were many, were like 30 people actually, and
Oh,
half of half of those people we did the exam with, most of them went to America to do work there because it was better paying actually from there. And yeah,
ah,
because once you get certified by ACE, there's a code of ethics you're given. There's a standard rate that you're supposed to charge your clients. So I think
okay.
also as a professional fitness trainer, a lot of people have really ruined this industry because most of them are selling themselves very short. Yeah,
Exactly.
you you realize you get a client. You get a client and you charge this client maybe a minimum of $20 per session. And you'll
Okay.
find another instructor elsewhere training this client, actually using more energy, but they are charging maybe $5 per session. So when I charge my
Okay.
clients $20 to $30 per session, and this person is charging $5, you see, we are spoiling the industry. The
That is it.
fitness profession becomes, yeah,
Yeah,
you're
because
saying?
that is it, because if you go to the US, for example, all people who sell fitness programs, you find like they
Mm-hmm.
have a standard rates, and this is
Mm-hmm.
because then they have gone through kind of training, certification, and all that, know what they're supposed to do, but also here people
Mm-hmm.
always want to get quick fixes without they want results, but they don't want to invest in. So they always look for quick fixes. They look for people who are not expensive, such kind of stuff, and which I think it ruins the industry here and there. But when you come back to Uganda, for example, yes, we have. I myself, I'm now certified. I have like three certifications, and
Mm-hmm.
if you look at myself, I haven't started putting programs on websites and whatever. I'm just still growing. But we don't have people, for example, doing online coaching in Uganda. We have few. I've met two girls who are trying to do such kind of stuff. And I think we are still few when it comes to online coaching in Uganda.
Very true, very true. Okay, before we continue, I would want to maybe give a shout out to Mwana Ingo Production. We
Yeah,
have Nelly Hama. Thank you so much for coming. We have Eating the African Way. That's my good
yeah.
friend from Uganda. And actually, I'm waiting to host him here in Nairobi. Very soon, he's planning to travel over. So you're welcome here, Eating the African Way. We have Felin Tishi. Welcome, Felin Tishi. Thank you. Kindly share this stream out so that at least we can have a healthy discussion.
Exactly. So that's basically all about fitness in Uganda, and it's really sad. Even people who have few gyms here, they have locally made gyms.
Yes.
Where you find people basically they go to welders and get those locally made dumbbells, locally made machines, pulling machines, and all that. And those are like a
Mhm.
ghetto. That's where you can go and find workout at a cheaper cost.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But you see, you realize sometimes cheap is very expensive, and I wouldn't want to encourage any of my clients to go, the cheap way, because cheap at the end of the day is expensive. So the best I would, because you see, we spend so much in the eating. Per weekend,
Yes.
people spend so much money. They go out
Yes.
every weekend and they spend more than 30, 40, $50. How about invest that in your own fitness? Yeah. So I think I can say I'm lucky because most of the Kenyans have really embraced fitness as a way of life, and most of them don't mind paying so much
Exactly.
for for the fitness. Otherwise, I don't think I would be working up to now all the years. I can say I've never been employed in any institution, but
Okay.
this is what I've been doing ever. And
Wow.
apart from now the Corona season, there's a time I was so sometimes you get you're fully booked. You have over 10 clients per day, so you're fully booked. Now at least it's gone down. You're getting 5 to 6 clients per day, which is still okay. And the good thing about fitness in Kenya is we have
Okay.
embraced online training. The 6 clients I have, we do our
Okay.
exercise via Zoom, and we do our exercise via WhatsApp video, which works well.
That's really great. I think this is the way to go online coaching. How I wish we are trying to push the same in Uganda. I'm just getting few people to make sure that we push this so that our generation can embrace this. That you don't have to go to the gym to train. You don't have to have a fitness trainer with you in the gym. You can you can just buy a program, a workout program or a nutritional program, and achieve your goals without necessarily getting in touch with the person face to face.
Very correct.
Mm.
Very correct. I think
Um,
it's also it's with time. I think more and more generation are getting sensitized, and that's why I really like people who are like a person like you who is in the medical profession and still in the fitness profession. Like
yes,
when I was doing my courses, the first course I did was GFI. GFI is for group fitness instructor. Then I did PT, which is personal training. Then I did
yes,
lifestyle and weight management. Then the last year I did clinical. Clinical allows me to work as a physiotherapist, which I've worked in
yes,
several hospitals here. So I combine, I am like a go between the doctors and the fitness industry. Because
exactly.
at the end of the day, a doctor cannot be a trainer,
No,
and a gym trainer cannot be a doctor. But I would want to be able to interpret the fitness, the physiotherapy schedule that is given by the doctor to this client, and also to pass it on to the client such that there is continuity. Yes, you underwent maybe a surgical operation or something. You underwent a surgical operation, or maybe you have a back injury or something. So I would want to carry you through after yes undergoing the medication. I want you to learn how to to manage your condition even at home, because you cannot
exactly.
stay in the hospital for very long. So I want
You
to be
can.
in between such that I'm able to you know to pass you over to, now you are free to do anything you want to do at home. But this is what you'll be doing in terms of workout for your spine, workout for your knee injury, workout for every other body part that at least you've undergone maybe a surgical operation or a situation. Yeah. So we have Chish K. Thank you so much for
Yes.
joining. We have G Spot. Thank you so much for joining. We have Christy Agnes. Thank you so much for joining. We have Lydia Rish. Thank you so much. We have Bernard Langat Favored. We have Liam Media UG saying hello, Mwakazi. Thank you so much. I feel welcomed here. We really appreciate you guys. So if you have any, basically this interaction is also for you guys who are joining us. If you have
Yes.
any question, apart from us talking and would want to know anything that maybe anything related to fitness that you'd want to know, we are here to answer your questions. But
So
okay,
yes.
as sorry, continue.
Okay, so as you have said, guys, if you have any personal question about fitness, weight loss, nutrition, basically your healthy goals. So I have a medical background. It's like a fitness guru, experience-wise, teaching clients. So you basically sorted. So feel free to drop your question in the chat so that we can answer it directly to you in your living room or wherever you're watching from. But basically, talking about today, we are talking about weight loss. This is like to me, I feel like this is like a global problem right now. It's like a global pandemic, and the world is trying to fight this problem. That is weight gain and obesity. So everyone is trying to lose weight. Everyone is trying to get in shape, not only for body image but for healthy reasons as well. So that's why I feel like I should bring in this person who has been into fitness for some time to really break down this for you guys watching so that you can understand whatever is going on. You understand? So feel free to drop questions. And so my question first goes, wherever is watching us from, what do you think about this whole overweight and obesity stuff? Basically, the cause of the obesity before we even go to the weight loss. What is the cause of the obesity and overweight in this world right now?
To me, it's very simple. Everything is all about calorie deficit. Yeah,
Okay.
everything is all about if you gain weight, it all started from you having extra calories in your system. If you've lost weight, it all goes to you burning more calories than you're consuming. So I think finding that balance is very, very tricky to most people. And for sure, currently we are in a very stressful period whereby most people are at home. So all you're doing is you're eating, sleeping. Most people are not, because when people are going to work, you could actually do some, activity, either walking, even if it's walking from the parking lot to, your office desk. That's still walking. Those are steps which are actually counted. So currently, most people are home, and during since COVID was announced, was declared a worldwide pandemic, most people have been home. So the best they've been doing, because there is no going to gym, all those social gatherings were banned. So most people were home. Even those people who are going to the gym are now home. Realize they are still eating. So all those calories you are consuming in, and you're not having an opportunity to burn the calories out. I'm telling you, we are having a society of obese people, overweight people. Uh, say 70% of people I know who are going to the gym have added 10 to 15 kilos now, just due to the
Wow.
pandemic that started in March up to now. 15 kilos. So I think being not able to go to the gym, most people are now used to going to the gym or going to places you can go to exercise, if it's a training field and all that. Not so many people realize actually I can do exercises from home. And that's when actually people like me, I realize, oh, so I can be of benefit during this time. So during the month of, is it March, April, 2 or 3 months, I was doing live fitness sessions every morning for 1 hour. So anybody was welcome the whole world over. So I was having people from all over the world joining my fitness. So it was a scheduled workout that was going for 1 hour from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. because I realize most people are home, so nobody is waking up so early to go to the gym. That's why or not nobody waking up early to go to work. That's why we settled for the 7 a.m. So I was having so many people joining my fitness from all over the world, Uganda, anywhere, Rwanda, Egypt, so many people. And to me, I think that also helped me in the monetization period, because all those
Yeah,
were watch hours, actually. Yeah, all those were watch hours. As I'm doing my workout, as I'm guiding you to do workout, we had others who were either grinding, we had those who were participating in workouts, who are actually also interacting. So if you have like 40 people interacting with you or 60 people interacting with you, my friend, those are many, many hours. And to me, I
exactly.
think that's a positive thing. It's a positive thing that actually came with the COVID situation, because I was able to fill in the gap. I realized since people are not going to the gym, how about I bring gym closer to them? Yeah. And actually, I was doing this for free. There is no person I
Exactly.
was charging even a
This
single
was for
shilling.
free.
Either way, it's like giving back to the society.
So someone who is watching us right now and they have no idea about fitness, they want to get started. They are hearing us talk about the calories. So to bring you up to speed, guys, wherever you're streaming us from, basically a calorie is basically a measure of food energy. When you eat food, the energy you get from that food is basically called calories. We measure it in calories. The way you measure distance in kilometers, and this is the way we
Mm-hmm.
measure food and we call them
In
calories. So
calories,
you're wondering what we're talking
kilocalories.
about? Kilocalories. That's
Mm-hmm.
what we are talking about if you talk about that. And it's simply saying that for you to gain weight, for obesity to happen, you have to be eating in a caloric surplus, which means you have eaten more than what your body needs and it's storing the surplus. So for you to lose weight, you have to be eating in a deficit for you to create
Exactly.
that that balance for you to start burning fat. But if you keep eating the surplus has to be stored. So hope everyone has that basic. So the question is always now, I'm already obese or I'm already overweight or I've already put on this fat. So how do I start
Mm-hmm.
losing it? Is the biggest question.
Okay, before I answer that, we have Queen Atieno. Welcome. We are happy to have you here. If you have any question related to the topic of the day, kindly we'll be very, very glad to interact with you and answer. Now, let's talk about you've added weight. N- Uh, Before I tell you what you're going to do in the gym, there are so many things that actually, there are so many variables that you have to understand. You have to get to know your body type. Yeah, your body type. There's a topic that we normally call somatotypes. Somatotypes
Yes.
are, the three body types.
Yeah,
Yeah. So if
ectomorphs,
you
endomorphs, and all that.
Yes. So, for the sake of the viewers, let's try to break it down. So, an ectomorph is, if I clarify, an ectomorph. I don't know whether girls you'll be lying. Maybe you'll be more of an ectomorph than a
Exactly.
mesomorph. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You are. Yes. So you are more of an ectomorph. So, guys,
Yeah.
wherever you're watching us from, we are talking about an ectomorph, Geros here is our example. An ectomorph is somebody who has very high appetite. You can eat anything. You know those the people that we envy, the friends that we envy. They eat anything under the sun. They can even squeeze oil and drink oil, and they are not growing fat. Yeah.
Exactly.
So they really struggle. Even some most of them want to gain weight or to gain muscles, and it's very hard for them because their metabolism is very high. So ectomorphs have very high metabolism, extremely high metabolism. Whatever they eat, it's digested and utilized, assimilated into the body, and the metabolism is still looking for more. So anything they consume is digested quickly. So apart from having a very fast metabolism, it's very active. Yeah. So that's an ectomorph. And let me dwell still with the ectomorph. For an ectomorph to gain weight, when you go to the gym, your workout will be very different. And that's why we actually encourage you to do more of, heavy lifting. Yeah, the anabolic workout. We have catabolic workout,
Yes.
anabolic workout. So for now, for the ectomorphs
Exactly.
situation, let's dwell with the anabolic situation. Anabolic is whereby you lift very heavy weight, very few repetitions, actually between 8 and a maximum of 10. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to activate the muscles. And the way we normally grow is by, like you're shedding the muscles. You are shedding the muscles, and the muscles have a way of healing itself by recreating more. So by creating more muscles, that's when actually you grow. So we normally have people who come to the gym, they want to gain muscles, and to gain weight. So what we normally put them in anabolic workout, whereby I'll tell you to work out maximum of 8 to 10 reps, as little as maybe 6 reps, and I'll give you a longer rest period in between the sets. If I'm giving an endomorph maybe 30 seconds rest, I'll give you a one minute and a half, or I'll give you 2 minutes rest, because that recovery is what helps you to grow. Now, for the ectomorph still, they don't grow in the gym. Gym is just an activation point. Yeah, gym is
Exactly.
whereby you make sure that the homeostasis in the system is now working towards you gaining weight. You you gain your muscles, you gain your weight when you are resting and when you are eating. That's why
Exactly.
after gymming, will really push you into a diet to gain weight. And the diet to gain weight, we have crazy diet. I'm sure you
I
all know
know.
the sumo wrestlers. Sumo
Yeah.
wrestlers, they normally have crazy diets. So
Yes.
I don't mind putting Gero into a sumo wrestling diet, and I'll still tell people that you're still on diet. So that's an ectomorph. Ectomorph are the people, the people we all envy. They never put on weight, and yeah. So if you've joined in, we're talking about the somatotypes. Somatotypes was a study conducted by someone called Dr. William Sheldon from America in the
Yeah.
years 1940 to 1960. He was conducting those studies. So to bring you to date, we are talking about the ectomorph. Ectomorph is a person who really has high metabolism. Most of them are very skinny. Most of them are very tall. Gero, we are
That's the
defining you.
definition of me, guys. People are just looking at me right now. I've just gained some muscle because
Yeah, which is good, and I'm sure you've worked
um
hard to gain that
yeah,
muscle.
exactly.
Yeah.
But I'm really an
Okay, so
ectomorph. I'm a skinny person.
now let's go to. We'll skip the mesomorph to further later. Let's talk about the endomorph. The reason
Yes.
why I've jumped to endomorph is it's very it's totally different from ectomorphs. An endomorph is somebody who has a very slow metabolism, extremely slow metabolism, and an endomorph is somebody who can eat very little. All that is, stored in your system as fat, because
Exactly.
your metabolism is very slow. If your metabolism is very slow, anything you eat, however small, it gets, it gets stored into the system, because the metabolism is very slow. We are not sure if it will utilize those calories tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, or next week. In the meanwhile, supper time, you'll add more calories. Tomorrow, more breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you'll add more calories. So in the process, you are gaining weight, however small you
Exactly.
are eating. So you are totally opposite the ectomorphs. Ectomorphs have very high metabolism, and the endomorphs normally have a very slow metabolism.
Exactly.
Most of them are very round, actually, and most of the fat is deposited around the midsection, the hips,
Yes.
the lower abdominals, And when an endomorph come to the gym, we put them now on a different program from the ectomorphs.
Ectomorph.
Ectomorphs, we spoke about putting them on anabolic workout. The endomorphs will put them in catabolic workout.
Exactly.
Catabolic workouts normally involve high repetitions, very little weight, but very high repetition. Repetitions of between 20 or even more than 20. Yeah, because
Exactly.
what you're trying to do is get your metabolism to wake up and to be very, very active. So when the two people come to the gym, the ectomorph will put them on anabolic reaction and the endomorphs will put them in catabolic reaction. Their workouts will be very, very different. We'll put the ectomorph mostly in the weight gym, the gym section, lifting very heavy weights, that area in the gym which is less visited by most people. But now when it comes
Exactly.
to the endomorphs will put them in the extreme end. A lot of aerobic workouts, a lot of if I'm putting you into weight training, I'll use very little weight, but mostly I'll put you on high intensity interval training.
Exactly.
And it's high intense because the rest in between workouts is very minimal. I think I'll give you maybe a maximum of 30 seconds rest in between
Yes.
your workouts. Reason being, you don't need that rest much because you're trying to activate your metabolism. You're trying to speed up your metabolism so that your metabolism can burn more fat than you're consuming. Yeah. I think last time, if any of the people watching, if they did watch my video, I spoke mostly about the metabolism and I broke down the glucose, glycogen,
And
free fatty acid, and the
and
salt
thank God,
part.
to cut it short, I watched that video, and that's why I picked the whole idea even of hosting you here. Explain more to my viewers. And I
Mhm.
mean, you explain it more to the fitness world, but also this is what we do in medicine. So I was like, we can put it simple, like we can break it down for someone out
Mhm.
there understand what we're actually talking about. What happens when we talk about glycogen? What happens when we talk about stuff like ketones? What happens when we talk about metabolism? That kind of stuff.
Then I'm happy to bring you there. We have Mamiremi Uganda. Uh, Shout out to you. We have Queen Atieno saying the terms are killing me. Uh, Mamiremi, Mamiremi Uganda, why are you like you're dozing off? It reminds you of the biology in school. And actually, biology used to come immediately after lunch, whereby you sleep throughout. So we have Chish K saying interesting. We are waiting for your question, Chish. When Atieno says reminds me of the anions and cations. Yes, we'll bring you there.
That's
We'll bring
crazy.
you.
Yeah.
We are coming there. We are coming to the. I'll bring it into the case. We'll actually even discuss the all those chemical terms. But anyway, we are trying to make
Yes.
things simple for you. And let me talk. We are still in the endomorphs, and in the endomorphs, those are people with very slow metabolism. Now, let me bring you to what we discussed last time in my video. When you come to the gym, of course, either you'll have eaten something readily available in your system, like maybe a few minutes ago, you took tea, you took a slice of bread or two, you took whatever you took. Most of it comprises of carbohydrates, and we
Yes.
normally say carbohydrate they're easily digested, yes, and the fast digestion of carbohydrates start from the mouth,
Yeah,
breaking
by
down.
Sarah
So
Emirates.
exactly. So the first breaking point will be from now the carbohydrates into the glucose. From the glucose, we go to the glycogen. So when you come to the gym, even without you telling, I'll not ask you many questions. I'll not even ask you whether you took breakfast or not because I'm so sure, as sure as day is opposite to night, that you took excess of breakfast. So I'll not ask you many questions. What I'll do is I'll put you into a program that the first process will be to deplenish the glucose and the glycogen in your system. Now, we've spoken about slow and high metabolism. Metabolism utilizes what you've consumed for fuel. Yeah, it consumes when. Okay, I don't want to go deep into mitochondria and all that. Let's stick very shallowly
Exactly.
into we stick shallowly into the metabolism. So it utilizes the glucose and the glycogen in your system for fuel. So when you come to the gym, I'll put you into maybe a treadmill, or maybe a cross trainer, or maybe I'll give you some cardiovascular workouts that the main purpose will be to deplenish the the glucose you have in your system,
Yeah.
or to
And
deplenish the
America.
glycogen you have in your system. Then after that, I'll put you now into a high intensity interval training. Whatever workout I do after that will be to utilize the free fatty acid. Free fatty acid are those, which are deposited into your system a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago or 2 months ago. So that's what we can readily, get close to in terms of weight loss. Because before I shared the kilos you added in the year 2017, I cannot share the kilos you added in 2020, and in the hope of, like if you started gaining weight from the year 2017 up to now. So when you come to me, when you come to the gym, we'll start working on the kilos that are readily. Let me give you an example. I'll use my remote here. So fat in the body is normally deposited in layers. Yeah,
Yes.
fat in layers. So when you, the first thing we'll try and do is peel off the first layer. In geography, they used to call it exfoliation. So you peel
Yes.
off the first layer. After that, you peel off the second layer. Then you go to the third layer. All these layers before we get now to the six pack. As you can see from the thumbnail, Pedro is here showcasing his six pack. Everybody has them. Only that our six pack are, covered by layers of fat. So when
Fat.
you come to the gym as an endomorph, we start now shedding off the layers from the first one, the most recent to the, yeah. So we start shedding off the most recent as we head backward to now the free fatty acid. So after replenishing the glucose and the glycogen, we go deep into the free fatty acid. What you accumulated into your system a week, a month, or 2 months ago, or maybe 6 months to 1 year ago. Then after that, after we deplenish that, now we start utilizing the stored fat. The stored fat has been in your system for a very, very long time. A very long time. So if you get a good trainer who is able to bring you, into all these three stages, I'm telling you, you will achieve your weight loss very quickly. If you come to the gym and all I'm putting on is I'm putting you into a program whereby you're only getting fit and utilizing the glycogen in your system, I'm not helping you much. The best you're achieving is fitness. But if I push you extra to a point you start utilizing the free fatty acid, and to a point you start utilizing the stored fat, trust me, you will lose weight very quickly. And that's why as a personal trainer, I work from your side, and I work from your side, as in I'm working on you. We have a difference between a personal trainer who is employed by you and a group fitness trainer who is employed by the gym. Those employed by the gym are there for business. They are there for business. If you have 20 kilos to lose, if you can lose a kilo every month, it's good business for them, because it means you'll be there for 20 months. Yeah. But as a personal trainer, if I promise you you're going to lose maybe 6 to 7 kilos every month, or 4 to 5 kilos every month, I have to make sure we get to that point. And how do I make sure you achieve that? By taking you through these processes. Utilize the glucose in your system, utilize the glycogen, utilize the free fatty acid, then utilize the stored fat. So that is the process we normally carry through for the endomorphs. Guys, we are still in the somatotypes. We haven't diverted much from there. We are just going deep into each topic. Yeah. Finally, let's go to the mesomorphs. Remember, guys, we have the ectomorphs, those with very high metabolism, mostly very skinny and very tall. We've spoken about the endomorphs. Mostly they're
Yeah.
very, staunch, short, and their metabolism is very slow. Now let's talk about the mesomorphs. The mesomorphs are, they're in between the ectomorph and the endomorphs. The mesomorphs normally have, those people, they don't go to the gym much, but they have very nice physique. They look like
Exactly.
they've been gymming their entire life. Their
Yes.
body is well built. They look, they are very athletic. These are people who
Already.
uh, they can gain weight quickly and they can lose weight quickly. So for them, they're there. They can, they know how to, and their body it can adjust easily to, they go to the gym, they bulk up very quickly because naturally they are very athletic. Yeah. So those are the people we all envy because no matter what they eat, they always, they always like cut down very quickly. If an endomorph, a mesomorph, and an ectomorph come to the gym, the mesomorph will achieve their goals very quickly because their metabolism, average. They'll put in, it goes, and they can regulate very much. So for the mesomorphs out there, we really envy you. And sometimes you normally say God is unfair
And,
because
and people always blame them, for their good genetics. Hi, for you have good genetics. Why? Why? Why not me? Such kind of stuff.
that's another topic, my friend. Genetics.
Genetics.
Yes, genetics. Let's go into genetics. Most people talk about, it's in our genes. We are genetically, inclined to be endomorphs. My grandfather was plump and big. My father and my mother are plump and big. So there's no way the genetics will, overpass me. So that's why I am big naturally. So many studies have been put out there. You take somebody who is from a very, you know, fat family, people who have very high blood pressure, people who have high, cholesterol levels,
Yes.
diabetic, all those. So a child is taken at a very tender age from that family and taken from a family who have, zero high blood pressure, as in a family who are not, not so well off, and they watch what they are eating, either due to lack or for other reasons. And this child will not get all those diseases that the other people are getting. Yeah, these studies have been done
That.
over and over the years. And for example, where I come from, we are very fat and we are very fat. Even fat is understatement. Trust me, even me, I was very fat when I was small. Fat,
Okay.
the way kids used to joke around that I'm the one causing potholes on the estate.
Wow.
Kids used to joke that when I knock on the door, they can see me on the window. Kids used to say instead of them going for cross country, they be allowed to just go around me. Those are very, psychologically, you really have to be very strong to, know.
Exactly.
But in our family, we have a lot of high blood pressure. In our family,
Okay.
we have a lot of diabetes. Yeah. And unfortunately, my siblings, some of them get diabetes at an early age of 25, 24, 25 years old.
Oh,
Yeah.
what?
So if I was able to overpass that just because I used to love workouts from when I was very little, I used to love going to the gym because now I used to get insulted by the kids. When people are told to be in shape, they tell me, even me, I'm in shape because round is also a shape.
Okay.
So when they tell me that round is a shape, I used to,
I know.
You understand? So
Yeah.
it really pushed me to go to the gym, to really love working out. I joined all the sports I could get. I joined martial arts. Actually, by the time I was getting into Form 1, I was black. So I taught for free. I taught our high school martial arts from Form 1 to Form 4, just because I
Okay.
wanted also to be challenged and to be fit throughout. When I cleared Form 4, for the people out there who thinks maybe we are in the fitness industry because we didn't school, in the next session, Geros, I'll bring you my certificate. I got a very clean A in high school.
Okay.
A clean A. I was in Kabarak High School, a national school. I got a clean
Yeah.
A, and I was called to do medicine and surgery. Option
Uh-huh.
number two was for me to do actuarial science, which I tried to do actuarial science for a year and a half here at
Okay.
Chiroma.
Okay.
I couldn't continue so much with it because it wasn't my passion. I
I
had
know.
already started enjoying how I look. So I wanted anything within, anything that is boosting my ego, anything that is boosting my self esteem, from being very fat to being fit. So I wanted anything around fitness. So when I mentioned to my parents that I want to do sports medicine, they're like, "What is sports medicine? What do you want to
I
be? A
know.
team doctor?" I want, and when you talk about a team doctor, they think of teams like Gor Mahia. They talk about teams like AFC, you know. So they could not understand, and they called all the uncles on the world to just talk to me because I looked like somebody who doesn't know anything in this world. So they told me that they're going to pay for medicine and surgery, and
Okay.
or they'll pay for me to do actuarial science. So sometimes you're obliged. So I did statistical mathematics, that is in actuarial science, for a year and a half. I came back to my parents and I'm like, this is not what I want. I'm not happy, and I'll not be happy. I finish I graduate so well. I bring you the degrees and the diploma and the masters. Then I now go to pursue my dream.
Your passion.
So yes, please cut short the distance, cut short the learning, the journey, and allow me to do what I want to do. So they told
I
me,
know.
you know what, we'll only pay for medicine and surgery, or we pay for actuarial science. Anything else you want to do from there, pay by
Yourself.
yourself. And they are very tough. My parents were very tough.
Yes.
They stood by their, whatever they said. So I had to pay for myself. And that
What?
actually made me leave home when I was 19 years old. Just because I had a dream I wanted to pursue. And guess what? I was so passionate about that. I pushed, I started now venturing into fitness program, coming up with, tummy trimming and fitness sessions, anything that I could think can bring me money. By age 20, I bought my first car. And they were like, oh, okay. I think this guy is now, maybe he knows what he's doing. You
Yeah.
understand? So as years goes by the time I was 22 years old, I had my own gym. I had a hotel by the side. So they're like, okay,
Okay.
if I can make money more than my other siblings who even went to abroad and they did whatever they did there for 80 years or more, then they now started embracing my idea of let me do my passion. So when I'm talking about fitness, to me, it's a deep, deep, deep passion. A
Now
passion,
I
sorry.
believe.
Yeah,
I
it's
believe.
something I can do for free. I can do for free. That's why when I was training people during COVID, when everybody was under isolation, and I was, I could do it for free because it's something I'm passionate about. Yeah. So for the people out there, if you want to gain weight, just have surplus in your calories. If you want to lose weight, have a calorie deficit. When you talk about
So
a calorie
the
deficit
question
is,
is, the
yes.
question is,
Okay, so,
how
to
do
cut
you know?
it
Okay.
short, before you go very far, we also get to involve the people in the live stream. So we try to to check any question. Thank you for
Yes.
Jackie Okumu. Welcome here. Who else? Yeah, Kwen Atieno is laughing at me, saying round is a shape. Is a shape. Yes, all those things are what made me to be what I am today, and I think I'm happy. I'm extremely happy. Yeah. So we were talking about the calories. When you
So,
talk
so I was
about
asking,
calorie deficit,
I was asking a question. How does
mm-hmm.
someone know that they are in a deficit or a surplus? How do they calculate that those calories? That's a big question.
Now you see, to most people, majority of the people are not able to measure what they're eating. Yeah.
Yes.
Because I don't think even our parents or anybody could, before they cook anything, they put it on the weighing scale. Currently, we have,
I
those
know.
electronic scales. You take a glass of rice, you put it there and measure how many calories those are. You take,
Yes.
a piece of meat and measure how many grams or kilogram of those are. So sometimes it's very, very hard to actually know how many calories I'm putting in. It also
Yes.
becomes very hard for a person to know how many calories I need to burn if I want to lose weight, or how many calories to add if I want to increase weight. So it becomes very hard. And uh, again, according to now the ectomorphs, the endomorphs, and the mesomorphs, it also depends. The calorie intake varies a lot. It varies a lot. Unfortunately or fortunately, endomorphs normally consume very little calories, but most of these assimilated and stored. The ectomorphs take a lot. You should see maybe what Geros eat. If you look at the plate Gero is eating, you cannot even see the other side. But
Exactly.
this is
It's a
a person
mountain.
who is also, it's a mountain. And this
It's
is a
Mount
person who
Kenya,
is
my
also,
friend.
you understand? So I think we need to come up with uh, what I normally like to encourage people. It's we have Google, we have YouTube, we have any information out there. If you want to know a glass of rice contains how many calories, it's a Google away. You'll get a million answers. Yeah. If you want to know a cup of milk has how many calories, the information is out there. So if we embrace technology, we are able to measure how much is my calorie intake, how much have I been consuming. Because for you to start burning or to start adding, you must know how much you've been putting in your system. So if you have been maybe putting in your system 1,500 calories, actually that's the average person who eats lunch, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's the
And
average
then, yes.
calories they consume per day. An average of 1,500 calories. For you
That's
to lose
2,000
weight,
calories.
yes, for you to lose weight, you have to burn more calories than you consume. If you consume 1,500, then you have to burn more than 1,500 calories. That's why when you get into the gym again, we have workouts. If I can tell you maybe 40 minutes of you doing aerobics workout, you are able to lose 1,200 calories.
Yeah,
Because
true
we also
that.
have those, we have those measures. That's why people know those gadgets. You can tell how many calories you burn a day. You can tell how many minutes you've walked in a day. You can do all that. So I've now embraced technology to know how much I'm consuming.
And to cut it
Then,
short, this is how I advise my clients this side. If you go on, for example, if you go on your Apple Store or Google Store, you're going to find apps which help you track your macros or track calories. The extent that when you
mhm,
scan, let's say a piece of banana, they will tell you how many calories are in the piece of banana that you're going to eat. You scan
exactly.
an egg, they'll tell you it has this number of calories. So you guys, it's
Mhm,
up to you understanding what you're taking in. I mean, at the end of the day, you have a goal, you have a fitness goal, you have a body goal, or you have a health goal. But for you to achieve it, you must do some sacrifices, some simple sacrifices, like having such kind of apps. If it's for paying some few dollars, you have to get it. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you must track your macros. And your macros are talking about
You
your proteins, we're talking about your fats, about your carbohydrates. Because at the end of the day, all these one contain calories. But because what is in our face most of the times is carbohydrates. People consume carbohydrates more than all other foods because they are everywhere. You understand what I'm saying? So if you can know how to track your macros, then I think losing weight will be easier for you. But as we have said, you must be in a deficit for you to lose weight. But how you create a deficit matters a lot. For example, can set create a deficit by eating your normal calories and burning more and creating a deficit. Or you can decide to limit your intake, maybe burn less. So there are different ways of how you can create a caloric deficit. At the end of the day, what matters is you must be in a caloric deficit. But you must make sure that you're doing it in a healthy way. Because you can't be someone who has been taking 3,000 calories per day and now you want to starve yourself and take 500 calories per day. What happens? Your body is going to have a metabolic shift because it has been used to reach 3,000 calories. It's now going to slow down to catch up with the 500 calories, which means that your energy is going to go down. You going to the gym, you'll be able to sustain a workout. Your rep count is going to go down. Weight is going to go down. So even as much as you want to create a deficit, you must make sure that you know what is your maintenance. For example, how to calculate your maintenance. If you can get the weight right now, which is let's say you weigh 120 pounds or 150 pounds, you multiply by that one by 10 to 12, which I think you get to close to 1,500 to 2,000 calories. So that one is your basal metabolic rate or maintenance calories. So for you to start losing weight, you must eat less than that. For you to gain weight, you must eat more than that. But then your deficit should be at around calories of 500 because you don't want your metabolism to be affected a lot for it to adapt to what you're taking in. So you must make sure that you're not starving yourself, you're eating, but you're at a deficit of 500. And if you're in deficit of let's say 500, if you calculate per day, by the end of the week, that's 3,500 calories. And 1 pound of fat equals 3,500 calories. So which means per week you're losing a pound of fat. What about a month now? You understand? How about in 6 months? About a year? And that's how you easily track your macros and start losing weight. So it's something that is not going to happen in a fortnight because you get it in a fortnight. So it will not go away in a fortnight. You took years to lose it, so you're going to take years losing it. So
yes,
that's how the journey is, and you must embrace the journey. You must trust the process. You must be consistent, and that's basically it.
That's very true. Okay, we have Ceci Talks. Welcome, Ceci Talks. Here we are talking, we are having a hot discussion about fitness, weight loss, and there in between because we have CEO Mindset. Thank you so much for coming. If you have any question related to how you can gain weight, I know CEO Mindset she's not overweight, but she may want to, to keep fit. Okay, when you talk about, you've spoken about watching what you're eating, the micros, and I think it's very important people to realize that do what works for you. Because realize we've spoken about the
Exactly.
somatotypes. The somatotypes, the different, the ectomorphs, endomorphs, and the mesomorphs. Those are different. So what works for the ectomorphs may not work for the endomorphs. What works for the ectomorphs and the endomorphs will not work
Exactly.
for the mesomorphs. And also need to realize whatever you're doing, how able are you to sustain it? Yeah. If you're going on crazy diets, people talk about the keto diet, people talk about the crazy diet.
Yeah.
How able are you
Mediterranean diet
to
and all
sustain
that.
it for long? Yeah. Because I don't want you to go into a crazy diet for 2 weeks, then you're back into your normal way of eating. That's a zero gain. So if you're talking about weight management. You're talking about you changing your lifestyle. Changing your lifestyle. And that's why people talk about genetic. When you talk about genetic, means people have been eating the same kind of food in that family. People have been doing the same kind of activity in that house. So either contributing to calorie gaining, which is a surplus in calorie, and not the calorie deficit. People have been sleeping around the same time. So it means I'll talk about sleep in a short while. When to sleep, when to eat, blah blah blah, and all that. So when people talk about genetics, it's because people have been eating the same kind of food. So if your father and mother are diabetic and hypertensive, there is no way, unless you change your ways, there is no way this kind of condition will go past you. Realize I'm calling them conditions. They are not diseases. High blood pressure, diabetes, osteoporosis, arthritis, all of them to me are conditions. They are not diseases. I
Yeah,
call
they're
them
not
conditions.
diseases.
Why?
That's very true. Even from the medical
Because,
perspective of it,
yes.
even from the medical perspective of it, we don't call them diseases. They are conditions. And we call them kind of like we call them syndromes.
Exactly. Because the root cause is somewhere different. And if you if you get a good person in the medical profession, or a good person in the fitness profession, they will all tell you, let's go back to the root cause. The root cause is ABCD. How can we tackle this issue from the root cause? Yeah, because if I was a to me with high blood pressure, what will I do? I'll give you medicine to lower it. Yeah, I'll
Um,
give you medicine to lower it. If you come
and
to me with
talking about
low
that,
blood pressure, mhm,
yes,
yeah,
talking about that, when it comes to these lifestyle diseases, I mean, if a condition is a lifestyle problem, you cannot reverse it with a medical solution. I don't know if it makes
hmm
sense. If a
hmm
lifestyle
very true.
a condition was brought up by your lifestyle, it has to be reversed by your lifestyle, not by medical intervention. I don't know whoever watching us hope it makes sense. So that's why in the hospital we cannot correct your diabetes. We cannot correct your
hmm
blood pressure. Heal blood pressure. We don't cure diabetes. You understand? If it's the lifestyle modification that will cure your diabetes or reverse your high blood.
Very true. Very true. Okay, we have a CEO mindset saying, "I'm glad to see men." Okay, we know you are straight, so you're glad to see men. Okay. On a lighter note, CEO mindset is saying she needs to add weight. So CEO mindset is also making a joke that while she was away, Mwakazi grew mostek. I've always had mostek before. Hey, my friend. And Gero grew beards. You never used to have beards, Gero? Maybe you
I've
put
had
some
that for the past
fertilizer
4 years.
yeah. So thank you, CEO, for that's an icebreaker. So we were talking about you looking for what works for you. Now, there's another factor that we've not considered when you're talking about the somatotypes. We are talking about the bone structure. Now, if you need to understand something about the bone structure does not determine your metabolism. It does not. So we have people who have a heavier bone structure and others have a lighter bone structure. So you also need to understand yourself. Yeah, maybe your fat percentage is very low, but your bone structures are heavy. That's why when you go on the weighing scale, you're weighing heavier than other people. Yeah. So that's something also you need to consider about the bone structure. Second thing, you need to, like I said, look for what works for you. And I don't like going deep into the nutrition topic because I believe in eating everything in moderation. Most important
And
is
talking about that, this is what I've always told people, Marcus.
yes. hmm
Told people that as long as the food they have chosen have given you results and you can sustain
hmm
them, be consistent with them for the next 40, 50 years. Stick to those foods. What kind of
Exactly.
foods that you're eating, but stick with them.
True, actually, because if you're talking live in heavy breakfast, king, much like a queen, like a pop or a beggar. So if you do that, what it means, that has always worked. You breakfast like a king. If you guys, if you love your chips, if you love your nyama choma, if you love your burgers, have them in the morning. Do you know why? Do you know why it's always recommended you eat very heavy in the morning? Because you start your metabolism. Metabolism starts now, looking for fuel to digest this food. In the process, it utilizes the glucose, the glycogen, free fatty acid, and the stored fat. So when you have a heavy meal in the morning, you are starting your metabolism. When you start your metabolism, it stays active the whole day. So to see, and small portion. You dinner like a beggar, somebody who doesn't have. When you talk about dinner, you need your energy in the morning. So can you focus your carbohydrate in the morning? Because you need energy to carry you the whole day. When we Africans, we eat the other way. You skip breakfast. If most people skip breakfast, if they
Yeah.
feel breakfast is something very little, they eat lunch, moderate, size depending on their pocket. When it comes to dinner, they eat like there is no tomorrow. Yeah, you find
And,
CEO mindset and Queen Atieno there with a huge, and unfortunately we have starch. Our plate, the way we normally have our plate, round, half of it,
yes,
half of the plate is starch, either rice, ugali, you call it posho, or something else. The other
yes.
half is divided into two, either proteins and the vitamins. It's supposed to be the other way when it comes to dinner, whereby you divide your plate into two. Divide your plate into two. One portion should be the vegetables. One portion should be the vegetables. The other portion divide into two. You have your proteins and you have your starch, which is carbohydrate. Because at night, I don't see the kind of work you're going to do to require you to
Okay,
have,
explaining what happens at night. Um, there's something we call the BMR, your basal metabolic rate. So
basal
that when you
metabolic rate.
sleep,
Yes.
what's going to keep you alive is your basal metabolic
Sorry to cut you
keep
short.
your
Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Talk extensively about the basal metabolic rate. I'll talk about the BMI.
okay. So basically, when you sleep, which means you're no longer active, your heart, your brain, your lungs, your liver have to keep functioning. You understand what I'm saying? So there's something called the basic metabolic rate for you to keep you alive when you're asleep. So when you're asleep, you're using the least amount of energy. You understand? Because you're not doing any kind of work, your brain has a little bit rested. So it's just that energy to keep you alive and rested, not dead. And you don't need to burn a lot of glucose for it to support your basal metabolic rate. The way you hear it base, it's the base, it's the lowest, at the lowest point. You understand what I'm saying? So if you eat a high carbohydrate meal at night, at the end of the day, what's going to happen is you're not going to use that glucose in the night. You understand? All that glucose that you're eating is given away into fat storage
Mhm.
because your body does not need glycogen, does not need a lot of glucose at that point to keep living. It needs a little bit of it, which you already have in your system because you were eating the entire. So if you load yourself with a lot of carbohydrates, there's something we call a sugar insulin crash. That's why in the morning when you overeat in the night, you wake up when you're very hungry. That's why most people, it doesn't care whether you were in the night. When you wake up when you're very hungry. So when you eat a lot of carbohydrate meal, there's something we call insulin response. Your insulin is going to swing into action to collect that glucose so that it can be stored as glycogen or fat. Because a lot of glucose in your blood is dangerous, your body cannot function with high glucose. So which means
Mhm.
all the fat that you have taken has been stored as fat and a little bit as glycogen. Because glycogen stores are kind of small. They are small stores. They get filled up very fast. So all the sugar that you have taken will be converted into fat. But then your body is going to signal your brain that this guy is hungry because we have taken all the sugar again. So can you eat again? So that's why you wake up early morning when you're very, very hungry,
Very
compared to
hungry.
someone
Mhm.
who didn't even take dinner. You understand? That's what basically happens. And that's why when you binge eat, for example, at the party or anywhere, you wake up when you're very hungry than ever before because you've caused your body like a shock. All that is going to be splashed in your blood so that it can convert all that sugar into either glycogen or fat. But unfortunately, the glycogen stores in your liver and muscles, they are very small, they are limited, they get filled up very fast, and that's why they are depleted even fast when you were working out. Which means everything that you have eaten has been stored as fat. So that's why you eating a lot of carbohydrates, and after a short period of time, you get hungry again. It's because your body has put in action to clear all that saturating glucose that is not really important at that particular moment and stored it as fat, so that your body is going to tell you to eat again because it's going into a low blood sugar. So the low blood sugar is your body has cleared everything and stored as fat, so it needs it to eat again. And that's what basically happens when you overload carbohydrates.
Very true, very true. So we have Maureen in the house. Welcome, Maureen. We have a nice topic on fitness, gain, and in between, anything in between fitness and weight gain. Okay, because those two are different. Weight loss, weight gain, fitness, totally different things. So Gero here has talked more about basal metabolic rate. I'll talk about body mass index, the BMI. And body mass index, unfortunately, is like a standard measure that most people use, which to my case, I tend to disagree with it. And I'll give you
Okay.
my reasons.
Yeah.
I don't
Even me,
agree with BMI.
I don't. Even me,
Yeah,
I don't.
I don't I don't agree with BMI because BMI is only a relationship between your height and your weight, and there is
True.
nothing you can do about it. Yeah, there's nothing you can do. God gave you the height, and God gave you the how tall you are depends on God. How short you are depends on God. How wide you are depends on you. Yeah. So BMI, body mass index, is a relationship between your weight and your height. There's nothing I can do about my height, but I can do something about my weight. Now,
Yeah.
why I don't agree BMI to be, the what the SI
Exactly.
unit of you know of gauging everything is because it does not factor in the body fat percentage. When I go to the
Yeah.
gym, I pump up, I gain more muscles. So I gain more muscle and I reduce the fat. So there's not, let me disapprove. We cannot convert fat into muscle.
No.
The fat comes from the group glycerin or something. Yeah. So they
Actually,
cannot be
fat
converted.
comes
But
from sugar and then converted
yes,
into and stored as triglycerides.
yes, yes. So that's why I'm saying what the best you can do is reduce on the fat and increase on the muscle. When I go to the
Yeah.
gym, I increase on the muscle. I increase on the muscle, I reduce on the fat. I have not worked on my height because there's nothing I can do about my height. So I've only increased my muscle and reduced my fat. Me and Gero here we are both 80 kilos, both. You're 80 kilos and I'm 80 kilos. But I am maybe 40% fat and you are 40%, you are 20% fat.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we are both 70 kilos. I am 40% fat. You are 20% fat. So if we go to the weighing scale, if we gauge our progress on the BMI, body mass index, it will mean I am overweight. Even you
Yes.
are overweight or even
And
obese.
I'll
Yet,
give you a perfect example is prayers. When you look at football players, these people they have when you look at their kilograms, they are over 90s, hundreds plus. You understand? Because they've been gaining muscle over time, lean muscle. So they are always heavy. When you do their BMI, you actually find yourself that they are actually all obese, which is actually not true. You understand what I'm saying? Because they've been adding a lot of lean muscle and they have the lowest fat body percentage. So it doesn't actually mean that they're actually obese.
very true, very true. Can we give a few shout outs?
Okay.
We have okay, Maureen saying hi, Jackie Okumu concurring with you and saying now I understand why at times I wake up so hungry despite taking a heavy meal during night. Maureen saying Mwakazi uko na usingizi. I'm not sleepy, maybe ni internet yako inalala. So Queen Atieno saying sorry I have to leave, we'll finish the topic later. We appreciate. We have Steve's Comics. Hi, Steve's Comic. Welcome here. We have Jackie Okumu saying, I kind of agree with the two of you about BMI. It's only a relationship between weight and height. Then we have Elizabeth Nagasha, my sister from Uganda. Welcome here. We really appreciate to have you here. We are having a nice topic. We've been having the topic for the last 1.5 years, or not years, 1.5 hours. Sorry. Hey, years. Don't old here. Yeah. So I think our progress, as we were talking about the BMI and the BMR, let's gauge our progress on how we feel and our clothes. So if you have a tape measure at home, it's the best way to gauge your progress, because in as much as you will increase fat and reduce, you increase fat and reduce on, you increase muscles, you increase muscles and you reduce on the fat. The muscles you increase will weigh very heavier than the fats you are reducing. So that's why
True
when you
that.
go on the weighing scale, either your weight has stagnated or it has gone up. But if you take your measurement, you realize your clothes are fitting more. Yeah, around the midsection, your inches have dropped. So the best way to gauge your progress is how small you are getting. Yeah, you can even buy smaller clothes and keep on fitting yourself into them.
And this is what I always tell my clients. One thing that I always tell them is stop weighing yourselves every time and then, because you're going to be disappointed and you're going to hate the entire process. The reason being, when you're losing fat, something called body recomposition. When you're losing fat while working out, you're replacing that fat with muscle. So you're gaining muscle at the same time losing fat.
You're
So
losing.
what does that mean is, if you are 80 kilograms, you might actually find yourself you're making progress, but your scale on your figure on the scale is the same. So if you're relying on the scale to know whether you're losing fat or not, you're going to get disappointed. That's number one. But then number two, your weight on the scale is affected by so many things. One, how much food have you eaten over the day? How much water have you
Good,
taken over the day?
good.
Are you hydrated or you're not hydrated? But also when it comes to women,
Mhm.
when it comes to the days of the month, they have a lot of hormones
They
saturated.
weigh heavier.
Exactly. So when you have estrogen saturating in your body all the time, it holds on so much water. So which means you're actually having a lot of water weight. So if you rely on the scale, you're going to hate the whole process. So I always tell people is before and after pictures. Number two, use a tape measure. Make sure that you measure your abdominal girth so that you can keep track of your inches that you're losing. Number three, determine your progress on clothes. If are your clothes fitting now or they are not fitting? Trust me, if all those ones show results. It doesn't matter what the scale is showing you because it's affected by so many things.
Very true, very true. So still, when we talk about now, when you try to disapprove Dr. William Sheldon on the, sematotypes, the ectomorphs, endomorphs, and, we are all a creation. Like I said, mentioned about genetics, but we did not mention about genetics. Yeah, I was able to go against my genetics, and I did that neurotically. You understand? So when trying to disapprove that, there is something you cannot say, oh, I'm ectomorph, so there is no way I can ever gain weight. You can say I am endomorph, there is no way I can ever lose weight. Yes, you can. By just changing your lifestyle, you can. So we normally have different kind of uh, people or different kind of bodies based again on the things you do or how you feel. Yeah. And those kind of people are normally categorized by where their fat are deposited. If your fat is deposited, we normally have people who their fat is deposited around their midsection, their lower belly, and all
Yes,
that. Most of those people are the stress type. They are called the stress type, and they'll tell you when I'm under stress, I binge eat. They call it binge eating.
and
We
I'll
try
explain the
to.
mechanism of action why it happens like that.
Thank you for that. So we also have people who have uh, the love handles. The love handles are these sides. Yeah, people who gain a lot of weight around here or it's deposited around here. Those are the sugar type because all the sugar is normally deposited around that area. Then you have the people who most of their fat is deposited around their bum, their hips. They broaden and they move. You think they are migrating. They are called the estrogen type. So we have the estrogen type, we have the sugar type, we have the stress type, and we have the T type. So all these are different kind of people. So sometimes, in as much as you can be ectomorph, mesomorph, and endomorph, how you feel at different times determines also the results of what you become. Because when you're stressed, you tend to overeat more, you'll become overweight. Yeah, and that's why you've all come across maybe someone who was very skinny in high school or in primary school. You meet them now, they are obese, overweight. The tummy is so hanging under the knees.
And explaining that this is basically what happens when you're stressed. And I'm just going to go medical. When your body is stressed, your body knows how to deal with stress. And basically, the way your body deals with stress is there is a certain hormone we call cortisol. So cortisol basically is a stress hormone. But the problem with your body does not differentiate between different stressors. For example, if you're stressed from relationship, if you're stressed from work, if you're stressed from you seeing maybe a lion, if you're stressed from you maybe running off something. So what happens is, as long as your body takes something like a stress, it uses that cortisol. So when your body is trying to fight stress, your body is going to look for all the glucose that is going to help it run away from the stress. But what happens is your body is going to break your glycogen, break down your fat, break down even your muscles, provide you with glycogen to fight the stressor. But unfortunately, sometimes these stressors are so light that you don't need that sugar. You understand? So when you splash this sugar into your bloodstream, and it's not going to be used, it's now deposited as fat. You understand? But on top of that, your body is going to signal your brain that I need more glucose to help this guy fight the stress. So it will tell your brain to increase your appetite for you to eat more. So when you start eating more, you're eating more food that you're not using. there's no stressor. The stressor is just a relationship where where you don't need a lot of glucose to fight it, because you don't have to run, you don't have to use physical energy and all that. So all that glucose that you're eating is being converted into fat. And the nearest that your body can deposit that fat is your belly. Why? It is close to the liver. The liver finds, because all the metabolism happens in the liver, your liver finds your belly the nearest where it can deposit this fat. So that's why those most people who are stressed, people who have a lot of work stress, relationship, and any other type of stress, they tend to have a lot of weight in their midsection. But also, not forgetting that we also have medical conditions that cause weight gain. You understand? Stuff
Like
like,
people who are put under steroids.
exactly. For example, there's something we call Cushing's syndrome. So Cushing's syndrome is caused by, for example, when you talk about drugs like steroids, corticosteroids like prednisolone and methylprednisolone and all those drugs, they trigger the release of that hormone cortisol. So this hormone cortisol is going to mobilize all the glucose from wherever it is, and it's going to be converted to fat, which is going to be deposited around your face, around your midsection, behind your neck. So there's something we call a buffalo hump. You'll find these people with what we call buffalo humps on their necks. You understand what I'm saying? So you find they have small legs, they have a flat butt, because all that muscle that was on those areas was broken down and converted into glucose. But unfortunately, that glucose you're not going to use it. So it ends up being converted into fat. And that's what we call a vicious cycle. So the cycle continues. So which means you're getting a lot of fat on your midsection and on your face. So there's something we call a moon face. These people, they call round faces because they have a lot of fat being deposited on their faces. So that's one condition that we call Cushing's syndrome. But we also have another condition called hypothyroidism. And hypothyroidism, basically, it's thyroid hormones are responsible for your metabolism. The hormones we call thyroid stimulating hormone, thyroid growth hormone, T3 and T4s. I'm not going into detail. These are hormones that are responsible for your metabolism. So when you have
if
you have low levels of those
joy will run
hormones,
away.
when you have those levels, when you have low levels of those hormones, which means your metabolism is going to slow down. So as you eat, all that food is not being metabolized, it's simply converted into fat. So some people have that medical condition, which can be corrected medically by using some, for example, we call them vasalocusine. So that's why if you feel you're not losing weight, or you've done everything to lose weight and it's not happening, that's why it's very important to come to the hospital and we rule out.
Check your thyroid.
Yes, we rule out medical conditions, but also talking about stuff
Conditions.
talking about stuff like use of contraceptive. They have short-term causes of weight gain. You understand? I'm talking about drugs which are used for treatment of diabetes, insulin, high blood pressure medications, antidepressants, and epileptic drugs. All those drugs, they cause a lot of what? Weight. So when you feel like you're trying to lose weight and everything is not happening, and you've done everything right, you're not losing weight, then that's why you need to come to the hospital. Because at the end of the day, obesity is a medical condition, not just a body image condition. So if you feel you're not losing weight, you have to come to the hospital and we rule out all those causes.
Very true, very true. So like you can realize it's a very deep topic actually. It does not end to the gym alone. It also involves the medical teams. That's why, like you've spoken about, testing your thyroids and all that, because you see,
Yes.
that's also a condition as well. When you talk about as well, people who are going into crazy diets to lose weight, like we said, it's very unhealthy, because when you're suppressing everything, and the body senses like you're on starvation mode. When the body senses you are on starvation mode, anything it
It
has
slows down the
inside,
metabolism.
yes, it slows down the metabolism further. Anything you have in it stores. Even if you eat one biscuit, it stores because your body senses you are on starvation mode. So, guys, I think generally what I can say is uh, do what works for you. If you are an endomorph and you really want to tone down, just balance the calories. Yeah, you have to consume less calories. That's one way. Consume less calories than you consume less calories than, what do I say? You have to eat less calories for you to lose weight. If that works for you, if you can't attend the gym, and you can do that by trying to, you know, work on the proportion. If majority of your proportion was carbohydrate, lower it down and increase a lot of vegetables and proteins in your plate. Yeah, that's one way of you lowering your calories, because majority of the calories unfortunately are found in carbohydrates. Yeah, so that's one way. The other way is go to the gym. You don't have to go to the gym, exercise. And I normally tell people the cheapest way you can exercise is get yourself a nice pair of shoes. A nice pair of shoes, because it's also very important. So at least it doesn't leave you injured, your knees, your ankles, your joints, and all that. So you need to have a nice pair of shoes. That's the cheapest way. Get up in the morning, walk. If you can walk comfortably, jog. If you can jog comfortably, run. And if you have a belly issue, belly fat, running alone will clear, that belly within no time. And I always tell people it's rare for you to see a runner who has a tummy, because
Exactly.
running really works on your tummy. They rarely
And
do sit-ups. They don't do
I
sit-ups.
want to explain how it does so. You see, at the end of the day, when you look at marathon run, when you look at people who run cross countries, what happens is, like how we said, everyone has got a six pack. But the reason why a six pack is not revealing, it's simply because you have a high fat body percentage. But now we are going to look at what we call energy systems, which we can even discuss another day. We'll talk about energy systems, where you have the ATP, phosphagen system, ATP, creatine system, and all that. So what happens when you look at people who jog, people who do long distance running, they use what we call aerobic metabolism. So in aerobic
Metabolism, yes.
metabolism, you're basically using fat combined with
Oxygen.
oxygen to provide you with ATP to fuel your workouts. So which means you're not using a lot of glucose to fuel your metabolism. So that's why you're burning a lot of fat when you jog, when you're not sprinting, because sprinting is different. When you look at Hussein Bolt, that's why for him, different from, for example, our Stephen Kiprotich, or different from our Joshua Cheptegei. The reason being with Bolt, he does what we call sprinting. Sprinting needs a lot of glucose for you. It's like high intensity interval training. You need a lot of glucose at the very time to fuel your workout. So which means you have a lot of glycogen stores. Your glycogen stores have to be full, because you need a lot of glucose to sprint 100 meters. You understand? But for someone who's running a marathon, what they only need their fat and oxygen. And that's why they are not always running there's what we call your maximum heart rate. When you look at marathon runners, their heart rate is about 60% of the maximum, or 70%. If you look at sprinters, their heart rate is about 100%. So when you want your heart rate to be 100%, there's something called anaerobic metabolism. Anaerobic means you're using glucose, not oxygen, to give you energy. So what happens is you have to burn down your glycogen stores. You have to break down your glycogen stores to give you all glucose. So that's why sprinters like like Bolt, you have to have glycogen filled to capacity. And that's why you cannot sprint over 500 meters because your body, your glycogen stores get depleted, and you have no other glucose to help you run. Finish the 500 meters. That's why sprinting, it has to be a short distance because it requires the whole of you. It requires it requires more glucose because it's high intensity compared to an aerobic workout of 2 hours. That's why you can do aerobics for 2 hours, but you can't do for 2 hours. You understand? Because high intensity, you burn all the glucose, it gets finished, but you're also burning fat as well. Because when your glucose gets done, now it has to come from fats. That's why the Mwakazis say that high intensity is good because it depletes your glycogen very fast, and the next source of glucose to fuel your workout, it has to be your
The free
fat.
fat,
But
yes.
also,
Yes.
yeah, but also high intensity training provides an afterburn effect. You can do a high intensity training like 3 hours ago, but if you go home and you're asleep, you're still burning more fat, even when
You continue burning.
what we call
Yes.
exactly what we call an afterburn effect. So that's why high intensity is good. You have to do it minimally in your workouts. Otherwise, it puts your body on a lot of stress that even when you go home, you're going to have a lot of sugar flowing in your blood. And if you don't stay, it's going to be converted back into fat. So that's why, as you do high intensity, you have to do it maybe like 3 times per week, but it's something that you can't
Then the
do
2
every day.
times you change. Yeah, very, very,
Yeah.
very, very true. Very, very true. That's why whenever even you work out in the gym, you might do an intense workout. Even when you leave the gym, so many hours later, you start now feeling the effect of your workout. You start feeling what we call delayed onset of muscle soreness. Yeah. So delayed onset, it comes actually, a few hours, some even a day after you've done your workout. You start feeling the effect. Yeah. So it's, I normally say fitness is a very wide subject, and running can be one
Very
form
wide.
of you getting fit. We have a lot of
Yes.
because when you talk about, we have people who want to gain muscles, people who want to lose fat, people who want to become just fit. So there's so many workouts out there you can do to suit you. If you want to lose weight, there are so many workouts you can do to lose weight. Weight is also full. If fitness, again, fitness, we have a lot of team. No, just you have people who they have muscles, they look very fit, but when they
Yes.
bend down, they cannot touch their toes because they are not flexible. So
Yes.
fitness is a wide subject. If you're telling someone that you're fit, you have to factor in all those: muscle, flexibility, mobility, endurance, because endurance is also totally different. We have people who
That's
are also very
different.
bulky and they have muscles, biceps, triceps, and all that, but tell
And,
them
and,
to run a very short distance, they can't.
and to expand on what you've said, basically, when it comes to fitness, there's what we call mobility and flexibility and yoga. There is something we call calisthenics and bodyweight training. Like I myself, I do calisthenics or bodyweight training. There's something we call powerlifting. There's something we call. So at the end of the day, some people join different types of fitness because of their passion. There are some people who are passionate about endurance, like runners, marathon runners. For them, it's more about endurance. You understand?
Very true.
Out
Very
there,
true.
and maybe their goal is to lift more weight. To lift like 500 pounds, to lift 500 kilograms, and that's their goal, and that's what they love. And there's also who's out there who just simply want to lose fat and just keep in shape. But at the end of the day, when you're making goals, do not yearn to have that six pack because I have a six pack. You ask yourself, you need a six pack at the end of the day. Why do you want a small waist? You understand? Because I've seen where some people they watch like in a movie or a song, they like someone's body, they work towards it, but they cannot maintain it, they cannot sustain it because the primary of them what was short term.
Is to look
So,
like, yeah,
so at the end of the day, make sure that you set realistic goals but which are long term. Fitness is a lifestyle. Some of us we don't do this for just body image, for you to see that hey, I have big bicep, for me to see I have a six-pack. I'm doing this as a lifestyle. The way you see someone is a musician, the way you see someone is a movie actor. However, it comes with the good body image and healthy benefits. So you have to make short goals like you having a six pack, having a small waist. Those ones shouldn't be your goals. Your goals should be more than that. Yes, that one will come after, but it shouldn't be your long term goal. So you make sure that you have long term goals and ask yourself, why do I need to lose weight in the first place? What has happened to my body? Why do I need to lose weight? Why do I need to change my body? If your why is very strong, then you're not going to quit the process. You're going to trust the process and you're going to get results. But if your why is very shallow and it's very weak, then you're most likely going to get off track because you'll be asking yourself, what am I working for? Why am I even, doing all these sacrifices? But the stronger the why, the more resilient you're going to be for you to attain your goals. So that's what I always tell people. It's very, very, very important. If you don't ask yourself that question before you start burning fat, losing weight, and all that, it's really going to be hard for you.
exactly, because the why, like you said, the why determines how long. Yeah, because if your goal is short term, it will be very stressing for you because things will not work as quickly as you want. Yeah, it
Yes,
took you maybe 3 4 years to gain that weight, and you want to lose it all within 1 month. Trust me, it's not practical. You'll go into
exactly.
crazy diets, starvation, and all that, and the results will be actually very negative. The weight will come back plus reserve. Yeah. So the best you can do is have a long-term goal. If your long-term goal is to keep fit, you'll trust the process and you'll enjoy the process. Actually, you'll be going to the gym, and even if you go on the weighing scale and the weight has not moved, or maybe nothing much has, nothing much to show in the short term, you are still there. You are still stuck to the same program because your goal is keeping fit. And from experience, those people who come to the gym with a mentality they're just there to keep fit, they enjoy the workout. Number one. Number two, they will lose weight very quickly. They will achieve their results very quickly because they are doing something they find fun in doing. You're not forced by circumstance. Because you see, if you're forced by circumstance, you'll be putting a picture of a movie actor. You're like, I want to have a body like this. You go to the
Exactly.
gym, when you come back at home, you're looking yourself in the mirror, you look at the image, those people are totally two different kind of people. So what will happen is you'll give up along the way and disappear into thin air. So have your why. And your why, if your why is to keep fit, I think that should be the primary goal of everyone. Because if your why is to keep fit, you're going to come up with a program that you're able to sustain for long. If it's working out 3 to 4 days a week, it will work well for you. What I normally say, if your goal is to lose weight, you need to exercise more days than you don't exercise, because you have to, the rate has to be slightly different. If you want to lose weight, you have to exercise more days than you don't, because at the end of the day you want to work on the calorie deficit. Yeah, you want to really cut down on the calorie, because you cannot sometimes cut down so much on the plate. So the best you can do is expend more calories by doing activities, whether it's in the gym, whether it's in sport. By the way, apart from running, which I said is very cheap, If you cannot afford to go to the gym, join, group of sports. Maybe in your neighborhood, people who are doing football for fun, not professional. Join them every evening. Do an hour of football. At the end of the day, you'll have burnt a lot of calories running up and down. Second, join people who are playing badminton, people who are playing squash within the estate, or just walking. We have people who normally actually enjoy walking. Put on your nice music and you're there doing power walk, and you can just go for kilometers. So just do what you love doing. Do what you know you are able to sustain for the long while, because nothing comes easily. I'll not tell you that you're going to attain your body, the dream body, within a span of 1 month. There's nothing like sports reduction that you come to the gym, or I just want to deal with my belly. Don't finish my butt because my butt is not there. Like Joe said, some
And
people who are very flat kind. People who are very flat, they look like those Indians who do construction. They are very flat
yes,
kind. You don't know whether they are coming or they are going. Those ones.
and this is what I always tell people about sport fat reduction. I always tell them, imagine you want to get water from the swimming pool, but you want to get water at the bottom. For you to get water at the bottom, you must get water on the top first. So your body doesn't know actually that you're fat. Your body stored that fat for a purpose. Your body stored that fat for you to be used in terms of famine, in terms of starvation, because your body doesn't know that you're going to eat the next day. So your body, when you start losing weight, your body doesn't know that you actually want to lose weight on your belly or on your hips. When you start losing weight, you start losing weight your entire body, starting from the face to
Full
your arms,
body.
to
Yes.
your belly, to your hips. So that's why I always
Your
ask my
nails.
clients, yes. So I always tell my clients, you can lose belly fat, but you can't target belly fat. You're going to lose fat the entire body, including the spot that you want. That's how your body works.
I had a scenario one time, a long time ago, I think many years ago. There's a model who came to me, and her problem was one hip
Mm,
was bigger than the other. So
okay.
one hip being bigger than the other. Now that's when I called, wisdom. I called wisdom. I called the science I learned in school into one meeting, into one boardroom, and we decided now this is how we are going to do. On one leg, we are going to do catabolic workout. On the other leg, we
Okay.
are going to do anabolic workout,
Yes.
because the main reason was to balance. The
Yes.
the, the, the client was the client. I think she allows me to mention her. Yeah, Rachel Marete. She was vying for Smile Miss Universe. So
Okay.
the only thing that was remaining for her was one hip was bigger than the other. And do you know I
Yes.
was able to do that? I think I got a very huge token from her. Apart from, because what normally happened, she asked me how much I'll charge her. I'm like, okay, I am not sure if it will work. Let's try first. If it works, you will decide how much you're going to pay me. Do you know
Yes.
she paid me like 10 times what I thought I could charge her for that particular
Wow.
thing? You understand? So I think it's a very interesting science. When you get into the gym, it's a science. When you are
So
pushing the muscles, there's a yeah, there are muscles you feel. This is the primary muscle you're pushing. This is the secondary muscle you're pushing.
this
Where
is
do
the
they meet at the
antagonistic,
middle?
this is the antagonist muscle,
Thank
such
you.
kind of stuff.
Yes. So it's interesting, and I always encourage people, get yourself knowledge. It's basic knowledge. Go online, research. You'll get so many information on what you want to learn, so that at least when you come to me or you come to Gero and we tell you something that concurs with what you've done, you'll have trust in me or Geros, and I
Yes.
think we'll be working on the same wavelength. Because if you just trust you know my school of thought, and maybe I schooled in those village school whereby the books were minimum and all that. So my knowledge might be limited unless I'm one person who every day reads something new, because we have to better ourselves every day. So if I am studying every day, just to make sure at least whatever I know concurs with whatever a doctor knows, because I have 3 clients who are doctors, and you
Yes.
cannot lie to them. Yeah, you cannot lie to them that this is a bicep, yet it's a tricep. You cannot tell them that
Exactly.
bicep has 3 heads, and a
And yes,
tricep
it
has
has
2
to.
heads. You
Yes.
understand? You
Yeah.
cannot lie to them that this is called a femur and this is called a tibia. You cannot lie. So
You
you really
can't.
have to if I work very hard to make myself knowledgeable every day. Actually, I think across board, if you talk about finances, I'll dive into it and you'll think I'm an accountant. If you talk about, because it's my desire to learn, it's my desire to know more. So even
Yes.
in fitness, don't dive into fitness blindfolded. Dive into fitness with so much knowledge, so that at least whatever you are encountering, if you know that after a month or 2 of training, your weight will either stagnate or go up, and you know the reasons, because the muscle will be heavier than the fat that you're trying to suppress, you'll be these are the things that actually you'll be looking forward to. So I think I'm happy that we tackled this topic today.
Yeah, exactly. It's been really a great time. And what I always tell my people is when you know about something, it's easier for you to keep with it. That's why I always tell people that when you want to go into fitness, have basic knowledge. Basic knowledge is very, very, very important for you. I mean, you always see people here in Uganda, they go to the gyms and find these heavy lifters, someone who has no science about fitness, and so the people they are putting the trust in, and 6 months down the road, no results, and they end up quitting the whole process. I always tell them, please make sure that you do research for yourself, or if you can't do that, try to look for a certified fitness trainer. Ask them
Mhm.
advice. Not simply go to the gym because you found there a trainer. What does the trainer know? They'll make you do movements. You end up with muscle imbalances. You end up with injury. Really, really unfortunate for
Hurting
you, because at
yourself,
the end of the day,
getting
for you,
yourself injured.
yes, for you, you're making them money. For them, what they care about is money. They don't care about you achieving your goals. You understand? What they care about is you. Have you paid? That's the
Your
most
money.
important.
Yes.
But now, as we conclude, Mr. Mwakazi, I mean, it's we can talk about. We are going to schedule another day for another live stream,
The
and we
whole
come here
day.
and witness.
It's actually
Um,
been 2 hours of.
yes. So, what can the person who is watching us, in summary, take from this topic? What do they need to do, like in bullets, like bullet them?
Number one, get to know you get to know yourself. That's why we spoke about the somatotypes. Get to know yourself, because once you know yourself, you know how to go about either weight gain or weight loss. You need to know about yourself. Number two, do what you can within your budget. I'll not tell you to go to a very fancy gym for you to achieve your goals. In fact, most people who go to those fancy gyms, they go there for pride and for ego, and they don't achieve much. Do what you can. And that's why we are insisting on getting yourself knowledge. When you get yourself knowledge, you will know how to lose weight at the comfort of your home. You'll know how to lose weight when all you have is just a pair of water bottles. You'll know how to lose weight when all you have is just an exercise mat. You'll know how to lose weight when all you have maybe is only 20 minutes. Because I'm not telling you to spend like hours in the gym for you to achieve like your goals. So get yourself knowledge. Lastly, I don't believe in quitting. So never quit. If your goal is to lose weight, and a month, 2 months down the line, your curve is still, it's on a plateau. Push yourself hard. Try to understand, why are you in a plateau? Increase more sets. Keep doing anabolic workout. Now you need to do catabolic workout. Find out why. When you know the why, I think it will take you so far. So parting shot is, it's an honor to have all of you here. If you have any question, I think we'll continue interacting from here onwards. Yeah, it's amazing platform. We didn't talk about gossip. We didn't talk about, but I only have one problem with Geros here. They stole our athlete. You stole our athlete, and he won in the London Marathon. That's a crime, and I think we are going to include the international justice to, because we know them, and they come here, they train with us here because money has changed hands. We know them.
Ugandans, we are taking over. Joshua Cheptegei and
Not
Kipring.
taking.
These are
You
the
are
two people
poaching. You are
to watch
poaching.
out
You are
for.
poaching our people across the border, because you know what normally happens. Let me tell you what normally happens.
Yes,
The selection, the Kenya selection, the Kenya team selection is
yes,
so tough. The selection is so tough that most people opt to look for where there is less competition. Where there's less
exactly.
competition, that's why you'll have people who have gone to Dubai, and it's Kipketer or Rotich running for Qatar, running for Dubai. I don't know why they are not running for India. And we've never had Indians in the marathon. I think they take
Yes.
a lot of chilies. So anyway, it's been an honor
Yes.
to be here. I'm happy. We
Um,
had a healthy
and for me,
discussion.
and for me, this is my summary. Whoever is still watching us is I want to conclude by saying this: how you lose weight matters more than how you quickly lose weight. That's my number one point. Number two, if you only care about a number on the scale, you will struggle forever. Number three, if you choose to make fitness a priority, there will be some sacrifices. You have to know that. Number, the best
Hmm.
foods for weight loss are the ones you enjoy and help you stay consistent. Number six is cravings for food won't disappear. You just get better at delaying the gratification. Number seven, some people will say you're too obsessed. Number eight, those same people will say you must have good genetics later down on the road. And number nine, it's going to take longer than you want. You have to know that. And lastly, it will be worth it. Those are my closing points. But otherwise,
Exactly.
I'm so privileged to have
I'll
you,
leave you
Mwakazis.
with one law. I'll leave you with
Yes.
one law. I normally have a law. We call it the Mwakazis law. The way we have
Okay.
the Darwin's law, and yeah, so we have the
Yes.
Mwakazis law. Effort at the gym
Yes.
should be equal or greater than effort at the table.
Yes.
That is Mwakazis law. Effort at the gym should be equal or greater than effort at the table.
At the table. I take that too. So otherwise, guys, thanks so much. You've been here. The 2 hours that we've been here. I appreciate it beyond measure. Thanks for coming to my channel. Every Saturday, 4 p.m., we are here. Every Sunday, 4 p.m., we are here, streaming live, talking about such kind of topics, hosting amazing people who have been in this industry and talking about fitness, answering your questions. Otherwise, if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button right about now. If you haven't given
By the way,
this
we have
up,
not mentioned in the 2 hours, we've not mentioned about subscribe, like, and share. How could you
yes.
forget? Or maybe it's not the primary
I,
reason why we are here.
I mean, this explains how engaging this conversation has been. But guys, the Mwakazi is has a YouTube channel. Please, because the Mwakazis, go out and check him out. Has amazing follow along workouts. Go check out, go there and learn. And trust me, you're going to be an interesting person to tell us, and we are going to be so delighted to help you achieve your fitness goals. Otherwise, we are out of here. See you in the next live stream. Mad love. Peace out.